Lesson 6.3, perform function operations and composition. Sometimes for your problems you need to repeat several calculations over and over and over again, maybe like in science class. Remember once when I had a special lab, I had to take the same data 100 something times, and so I had to repeat the same calculations over and over and over and over again. And it was several different formulas for each of them. So it would be quicker to combine all the equations together into one equation first, so you only have to do the one equation each time. So there are 5 different ways to combine functions. The first is to add, where you simply add the functions together. The second is subtract, where you actually subtract the functions. The third is multiplication, where you multiply the functions, and can you guess the next one? Division, where you actually divide the functions. So let's practice with that. So here are 2 functions. Find f plus g. So f first plus g. So I have 2x to the 1/2 plus x to the 1/2 would be 3x to the 1/2, the minus 1. Combine like terms. And then that was our answer. Subtract. All right. So take the first one. That's the f. Oops, we're not adding this time, we're subtracting the x to the 1/2. So now I have 2 of them. Minus 1 of them would be 1x to the 1/2, and our minus 1. Let's try the multiplying. So we have our function f times our function g. So it looks like we need to distribute. So that would be 2x to the, since we're multiplying with the same base, we add the exponents. 1/2 plus 1/2 is 1. And then negative 1 times x to the 1/2. So you usually write it as x to the, just 2x minus x to the 1/2. And then division. So f of x goes on top, g of x goes on bottom. Nothing simplifies easily. You can't just cancel the x to the 1/2 because the 1 does not have an x to the 1/2, so they do not cancel out. That is just your answer. The 5th way to combine functions is composition. That's when you put one function into another, like substitution. So it's written f of g of x. And it said f of g of x. The g gets put into the f. So function g gets plugged into function f. It's substitution. It means that the output of g is the input of f. You work from the inside out. You do the g of x first, then f of x. In other words, g gets substituted into f. That is the big thing. G is substituted into f. So find f of g of x when f of x is 2x plus 3 and g of x is x squared. So notice the g of x is in the middle. So that means the g gets plugged into the f. So it is 2x, but x is getting replaced with the entire other function. So all that used to be x, but the x is the entire other function. So it's 2x squared plus 3. But what if we go the other way around? I want g of x. Oh, that's interesting. G of x. Well, that means g is getting substituted into itself. So I'm going to take g and I'm going to plug it into itself. So where the x is, I'm putting all of g of x. So it was x squared. So I'm replacing x with x squared because that's what g of x is. So I'm replacing x with function g of x. And it gives me x to the 4th. That's all for today. Have a good day.